trick or treat, nostalgia weed. When pumpkins fly and hold your knife.
I'm a cameo.
Your little home turns green. Your little face turns green.
This is bullshit.
This little fence now green.
Every film, every show,
Every fly has on your nose. And all it takes is one itty bitty mistake. Look out, they'll haunt you too. Trick or treat, trick or treat, trick or treat, nostalgia weed. When ghosts come knocking at your door, badly written jokes and more. You better hope they won't be mean on nostalgia weed.
Hello, I'm the Nostalgia Critic guy, remember? So you don't have to. And let's talk about Scooby Doo and the Hex Girls. I mean the Witch's Ghost. I mean, you know it as the one with the Hex Girls. Released in 1999 after the success of Zombie Island, Scooby Doo and the Witch's Ghost is arguably the most famous of the animated Scooby Doo movies just under Zombie Island. One of the big reasons, I'm assuming, is because of a band in the film called the Hex Girls. For years, people have been asking me to review this movie, and when they do, they either say it's the one with the Hex Girls or sometimes even call it Scooby Doo and the Hex Girls. They're so popular that their appearances get millions of views on YouTube, there's several covers of their songs, and they even make cameos in other Scooby Doo properties. Okay, I'll bite. What is so memorable about this band that even years later people are still talking about them? Well, let's dive into it to find out. This is Scooby Hex Girls, and the Hex Girls of the Hex Girls is Ghost. The film opens in a dinosaur exhibit, with surprisingly no Flintstone remains. What kind of cinematic universe is this? But some of the exhibits are more lifelike than one would think. You do know they're supposed to stop the crimes, not cause them, right? It turns out they're waiting for the actual crime to occur when zombie mummy Vikings, which sounds like a Count Chocula cereal, attack. The animation, once again, is pretty decent. A good follow-up to Zombie Island's detailed designs, in contrast to Hanna-Barbera's usual style that was drawn so fast, you'd swear it was animated in front of a laughing studio audience.
Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you?
We also get a cover of Scooby Doo, Where Are You? By Billy Ray Cyrus, which isn't as good as the Green Day cover in the last one, but as long as he's not singing naked on a wrecking ball, I consider that a win.
Nice going, guys. You caught him.
The zombies are caught, and it's revealed the gang had a little bit of help.
You're Ben Ravencroft, the famous horror writer.
He did it. I mean, come on, are they even trying with this one? Ben Ravencroft? Maybe they're trying to make it look obvious to distract you from who it really is. I don't know, who voices him?
I've admired your work unraveling.
Oh, he's clearly the bad guy, come on! Have you ever watched anything?
And let's see who they are.
Actually, he seems to be upstaging them by solving the crimes better than the gang is. And I do like they finally reference that none of these characters seem like teens.
If it wasn't for this meddling writer.
Well, at least he didn't call us kids. I hate that.
Look at what I'm wearing, I'm a minimum 40. It turns out they're huge fans of the other, so the author invites them to his hometown to hang.
Why don't you and your friends come visit?
Yeah, we could use a break from all these spooky mysteries.
Yes, let's follow a horror writer named Ravencroft to Oak Haven in the middle of Halloween. We're sure to escape spooky stuff this way.
I thought you said this was a quiet little town.
It was.
They travel to Massachusetts, but discover it's jam-packed.
Oh, there's the mayor. He'll know what's going on.
He'll be a possible suspect, you already know he's not.
See, you brought some friends and their dog.
Rog? Where?
don't tell him. He might crack.
So you say a ghost has been appearing here?
You disturbed her spirit with the construction.
And now she's haunting the town.
Well, yeah, in Scooby Doo, what place isn't haunted? There's more ghosts in the towns they visit than Dunkin' Donuts in Rhode Island. But not only that, the ghost is a witch who's an ancestor of Ben.
We disturb the spirit of Ben's ancestor who was persecuted as a witch.
We thought about sourcing out to another animated ghost hunting kid, but then you showed up.
Hey, look, Scoob, I've been a bad boy.
I thought we agreed we wouldn't advertise what we do behind closed doors.
Wonder what this is.
Looks like you found an old shoe buckle, my boy.
This must be that first act hook I hear writers talk about so much. Ben says he's looking for a book that has all the medicine and even names of people Sarah cured to clear her name. but it's never been found. What does that matter though, as Scooby and Shaggy are, what else, hungry.
You're Mr. Ravencroft's guest, so order up anything on the menu, boys. I've got a nice juicy ham bone for your dog.
What a coincidence, Shaggy does too! Ben shows the others his house and they find out more about Sarah Ravencroft. Apparently she was a Wiccan who used herbs to try and heal the town's sick.
Wiccans have been misunderstood, accused of sorcery. In fact, the word witch comes from Wicca.
And why every New England frat boy uses the term, that's wicked cool.
Thanks for everything, Jack. It was great.
It's a shame I had to eat you when you ran out of mints. But Scooby and Shaggy discover some ladies have too much bite for them and they run away. It doesn't help either that they come across another spooky visitor, a flying witch who's got the fireball hots for them.
What's going on, guys?
Roast.
A roast?
I mean, I'm not the only one who mishears him, right? Don't get me wrong, it's amazing a dog can talk at all, but we all agree he doesn't do it well. As you'd expect, the witch is nowhere to be found, but a strange sound is heard from behind the trees. It's the lady ghouls from earlier who, as you'd expect, are the Hex Girls, and they're rehearsing their songs for the concert tomorrow night.
It's the witches!
Easy, guys. It's just the Hex Girls.
They're opening for Josie and the Pazuzu Cats.
I'm a Hex girl, and I'm gonna put a spell on you.
Needs more 90s Kathy Najimy.
I'm a Hex girl, and I'm gonna put a spell on you.
And they said we never see the Misfits in a Gem sequel. Uh-oh, Fred's magnifying glass is rising out of his pocket, ascot.
I'm a Hex girl, we're gonna put a spell on all of you.
Thank you, we are! Line. I gotta say these characters are pretty fun. I feel like back then if there was a band in a kid's show that would kind of be all the identity you need. Like, that was cool enough so they didn't add much personality. But these girls are pretty weird and really have fun with it. At first I thought it was odd they hissed at Scooby and Shaggy, but they later show that's just kinda how they are.
Hello.
You're like if the Powerpuff Girls got a CW show. Christ, that's still happening. The gang splits up to look for clues and finds the mayor sneaking around a barn. Guess he did it.
He'll never know we're on his tail. Oops, sorry, Scoob.
I've made enough sex jokes with Scooby and Shaggy, but I like to point out with these opportunities you would too.
Why do you always pair us up?
Well, I've thought about that for the longest time, and there's never been a good time to tell you.
I am hugely attracted to your brother. He's the one with the speed buggy, right? They see the Hex Girls discussing a strange ritual that one of them is looking to perform alone.
See you in the morning. Bad dreams, sisters.
Bad dreams, Sister Thorn.
Did you hear that, Daff?
It's the sound of my boner hitting this tree. Speaking of which, Scooby and Shaggy continue to follow the mayor, and tell me they're not begging for someone like me to make a joke at this scene.
Ah, young love.
Throw in the towel! We are never getting a better setup than that!
Stop it, Shaggy. I'm not stupid. Are you cheating on me?
Okay, one. Girls named Thorn sneaks off to an old work shed, and look at the face on Fred. He's like, oh, whatever she's doing in there, I hope I can smell it later. They see her cooking up something while Scooby and Shaggy again are visited by the evil witch.
This town will pay!
You can but you can't hide! They run into Velma and Ben again, and I will admit them mixing up glasses is pretty adorable. But once more, she's nowhere to be found.
There's nothing here, except a damaged wall.
You can't prove it was us! Velma has a plan though, and it requires the Hex Girls' help. They lure the witch out through early 90s memes.
Help me! I've fallen and I can't get up!
Boomer. Shit, I think saying boomer actually makes me a boomer. And they knock out the ghost, revealing who it really is.
Like it's the t-shirt guy.
That's old man t-shirt guy. Not only that, it looks like he's also the father of one of the Hex Girls. Well, shit, guess I was wrong about Ben. Better figure out how to fill this last 30 minutes.
We saw you perform some kind of ritual in your shed.
That ritual you saw was just peppermint and cloves to soothe my vocal cords. You think it's easy singing this stuff?
It's true, Jabberjaw gargles seawater before every show. It actually looks like a lot of the town was in on the scheme as a means to draw more publicity to the village. But they didn't mean any harm by defacing a dead woman's name.
The tourist trade was so slow, we were desperate. It was just natural to use Sarah because we accidentally dug up her grave.
The second half of that sentence did not match the first half of that sentence. Velma realizes the shoe buckle found is actually the belt buckle to Sarah's book, and they might be able to, at the very least, find where her book is buried. To the film's credit, even though it's obvious to most adults who the bad guy is, they do start to wrap up things like a traditional Scooby Doo episode. So I think, for kids at least, this is actually a pretty good fake-out.
Ben, are you okay?
Oh, there must be some mistake. This is Skeletor's medical journal.
Sarah wasn't a Wiccan. She was indeed a witch.
Why do I get the feeling classic crazy-ass Tim Curry is around the corner?
I guess that makes me a warlock.
Hit it! I wouldn't trade places! He reveals that Sarah was banished into the book, and he staged their meetup so they could help find it.
And you were in on Ben's plan, too.
No, we're as surprised as you are, honest.
Actually, they are. The reason this fake-out wraps up so nicely is because this was supposed to be the original ending. The studio didn't want anything supernatural in this one, but the makers liked that the ghouls were real in Zombie Island that they insisted that the ghouls be real in this too, resulting in a tagged-on but still pretty fun extra climax. Especially with Tim Curry going full Dr. Blight's computer.
What's the matter, Velma? Don't you like the new, improved Ben Ravencroft?
Or did we rely too much on Toxic Love?
Can I spin a yarn, or what?
How could I have ever liked your novels?
Yes, that is clearly the biggest failing of the night.
This isn't one of your silly little mysteries. You can't solve me so easily.
Wow, I think an anime writer took over for a moment. Scooby and Shaggy save the gang, but Ben uses his magic to bring Sarah back, voiced by Tress MacNeille.
Who art thou?
Ben Ravencroft, your descendant from the modern world.
Modern?
You can't even do a modern American accent!
I shall create an era of darkness.
We were supposed to rule the world together, not destroy it.
I too am shocked a lying evil witch would lie and do evil things.
We still need that book.
No way!
How about for a whole box of Scooby snacks?
You know, we really should get jobs so we can just buy our own.
Do my bidding, bird!
Oh nice, it's a Halloween and Thanksgiving special. Trauma ain't the only one.
Gobble, gobble, gobble!
Did I hear a setup in need of a punchline?
Time to baste this bird!
Look at this camera angle, the scenario, they want me to make a joke about it!
Give me my book, meddling hound!
Round? Rare!
Okay, this is a weird running joke even for Scooby Doo. Though not as quote-unquote gory as Zombie Island, the creatures in this climax are pretty imaginative. The animation gives them a goofy but still intimidating look that amps up the energy. It's honestly pretty fun.
Hurry! Wait, Thorn, we need your help.
They say only a Wiccan can summon Sarah back into the book, so Thorn, technically a Wiccan, is asked to read a passage to send her back. Thorn reads the passage and sends her back to her paper prison, dragging Ben back with her.
Get your blasted beak out of my face! Oh, shut up, you moron!
I'm impressed they let the book burn up, pretty much cementing that Ben is dead. But with the village destroyed, they need to find something to attract people to their Autumn Fest. Yeah, if I saw demon magic bring people back from the dead, that'd be my first concern too.
You still have the Hex Girls.
No offense, girls, but I think we need a bigger attraction.
Do you YouTube, bro? They used the giant turkey as the main attraction. Yeah, pay no attention to the fucking talking dog. And of course, the Hex Girls play us out.
Love the earth, it's only fair. It's one big earth that we must share.
Oh, I guess this was an environmental commentary too? Seeing how nature was literally trying to kill you a few moments ago, this is a little bit of a mixed message.
Earth, wind, fire and air. We may look bad, but we don't care.
I was actually surprised to find just how popular this band was. Like I said, not only did they get a lot of hits on YouTube, but apparently they're these like cult icons for a lot of things. Wiccans, gays, environmentalists. They even made up a style called eco-goth, which at the time, they had no idea what that meant. None of this I'm gonna pretend I'm an expert on. But yeah, it is neat that this little band from a Scooby Doo direct-to-video movie has grown such a huge following over the years. I can't act like I know everything about the following. I'm just here to talk about how they work in the film and how the film works itself. For me, I had a good time. It's not as grisly as Zombie Island, but it does still stick to what makes Scooby Doo fun and throws in some imaginative twists. For younger viewers. Like I said, most adults can put together what's going on, but it's not made for adults. It's made for the young and young at heart. That means writing only for your specific age group, and I think this movie does a pretty good job of that. And though nothing is gonna top Terror Time again for me in these flicks, the songs are still kind of fun too. If you're a Scooby Doo fan, I think it's required viewing. If for anything else, just to see what the whole Hex Girl obsession was about. I don't think there's much else for those who aren't Scooby Doo fans, but there's nothing wrong with that. It knows its crowd and plays directly to them. Take a look and see if this is a Scooby tale you can rock out to. I'm the Nostalgia Critic guy, remember, so you don't have to.
Are you cheating on me?